Ace in one of the recent episodes last season too.
Yes, that's right. She's off being some kind of charity worker or something, isn't she? Yeah, Charitable Earth. Yes, I'm not too sure about that.
It's a cover.
Yeah, good one. Yeah. Can you really imagine Ace doing good in the universe? I think it's charity work with a definite twist. Yeah, explosive charity work.
Our next question was here.
Oh, that was actually my question. Is what you thought she was doing sort of now, because we know she left the doctor, and Russell said she was running a charitable organization. Do you think she's all hunting dollars?
Yeah. Surely she is. I liked the idea of her going to Gallifrey, of the Doctor dropping her in the middle of Gallifrey to train as a Time Lord. I mean, gosh, poor Time Lords.
They need a little shaking up.
Yeah, I think, she'd certainly shake them up a bit. I think that would be fun as well.
Could you see Ace hanging out with Leela on Gallifrey?
Oh, I think they would hate each other at first.
I think, yeah.
That would be really good. They'd be so competitive. Yeah. And then they'd probably bond in the end. Yeah. That would be great.
There was a question back this way.
She certainly wouldn't be married with kids. I don't think.
Okay.
Well, kind of picking up on that, you finally got to do a 20 years of goodbye scene with Big Finish, and how did you feel about finally being able to do that? Did you feel like you missed out by not getting a chance to do that? Or?
No, I think I don't ever want to say goodbye, really. I think it would be, I think, there's still many more adventures to be had. I think, I mean, I nearly had a goodbye scene in Dragonfire, which was funny. I mean, we'd rehearsed the goodbye scene. We'd rehearsed the scene where Ace goes off with Glitz. And I've only found out recently from Andrew Cartmel, we've just done the commentaries for Dragonfire, Greater Show, and the Happiness Patrol. So they should be coming out eventually. And I've only just found out that Ace and Glitz were meant to have had a bit of a thing going. And it was like, I said, you can't be serious to Andrew. I mean, no offence against Tony, but really, I mean, far too old for her. I can see if he'd been played by, oh no, this is just going to sound really awful, but, if he'd been played by a hunk or, if they'd found somebody different to play, then actually, if you look at all their dialogue, you can see that, yes, there could have been this thing going, they're kind of needling each other all the way through. It's really clever. If you do watch it with that in mind, it totally makes sense. But I don't remember ever, at the time, it never even entered my head. So of course Ace is going off at the end with Glitz, and it, in the script, I guess it's like, oh well, yeah, they're an item. But then of course we never got to do it, thankfully for me.
And interestingly, Ace, it makes more sense that Ace would run off with Glitz to have this life of adventure than for Bonnie Langford's character to go off. That was just odd. It was just like, we need to. She wanted to leave, and so that was a weird pairing. Maybe they have a thing.
Maybe they do now, somewhere. That's another Big Finish story, isn't it?
I always thought they should do like a little mini-series, Mel and Glitz, exactly.
Yeah. And now, Mel and Glitz.
How was it working with Tony Selby, though?
Oh, it was great. I mean, Tony,
he's
a
riot.
Lovely man. I mean, it was funny with Tony because only I knew, and maybe Sylvester knew, when we were rehearsing for Dragonfire, that there was this will she, won't she sort of, we didn't know whether Bonnie was going to leave and I was going to take over, but there was this possibility. And I still don't quite know when that was decided, but I think what was happening, somebody said to me that Bonnie's agent was sort of trying to play games with John Nathan Turner, which is not a good idea. And saying, oh, well, you know, Bonnie might leave and she might not, and she might leave and she might not, because they didn't want to sort of close the door completely. And in the end, John thought, well, I've got to have a decision, so I'm actually going to just say, well, sorry, we're going to have this other girl. And, which was me, luckily. So when I was cast in it, that my agent said, the first conversation I had with her was, they want you for 3 episodes, but they might want you to take over as the Doctor Who assistant. I mean, can you imagine that conversation? Can you imagine what I felt? I was in the back row of the chorus in Fiddler on the Roof. I'd never done any TV, I'd never been in a TV studio. And suddenly there's my agent saying, oh, they might want you to be the Doctor Who girl. How weird is that? Anyway, so yeah. But Tony suddenly, halfway through rehearsals, got this thing. He said, I know! Wouldn't it be great if you were the new companion? Wouldn't it be? I think you'd be really good. And you get on with Sylvester really well. Oh, this is a really... I'm going to... So, of course, when it all happened, Tony... Oh, well, yeah. I thought of that. It was my idea. And he, of course, had no idea that it actually was on the cards. So I was sort of going, yes, it would be, wouldn't it?
It's all your idea.
Yeah, it's all your idea.
Thanks for
Tony.
suggesting it to John Turner.
Yeah.